I'm Nicola Mawson with this week's edition of Money Minute, bringing you the key financial news of the week. This week, Mustek backs down, court date, waiting game, and Simeka looks north. Mustek won't take its failed complaint that HP was being anti-competitive any further because it can't prove that HP is a dominant player in the PC market. The distributor complained to the Competition Commission in 2009 that HP was being anti-competitive because the US-based company was undercutting PC prices in the rest of the market. The Commission, however, dismissed the complaint because it couldn't prove that HP was a dominant player with more than 45% of the market. This dominant player aspect could be a stumbling block for other companies that want to expose what they see as dodgy practices in a hotly contested market. Former Square One chairman Garth Coetser will appear in court again later this month to find out whether the state will proceed with a case against him. Coetser handed himself over to the police last May after finding out that there was a warrant out for his arrest. His arrest followed a South African Revenue Service investigation into 18 import and export companies for VAT fraud. The former Square One chairman and 2 other people were charged with defrauding the taxman by submitting fake value-added tax refund claims to the value of 189 million. Payouts of 146 million were made before the alleged scam was uncovered. South Africa's hopes of finally seeing the long-awaited move to digital television being kick-started this year are slowly dissipating, as Communications Minister Roy Padiachi has yet to provide any clarity on key issues that must urgently be resolved. Last year, the new minister promised to announce which digital standard SA would use to migrate to digital TV by the middle of December, and by the end of the first quarter of this year, the set-top box manufacturing strategy would be wrapped up. Despite his promises, the key standards issue was only decided in the middle of January, and there's still a raft of other issues that Padiachi is only likely to clarify once he presents the department's budget to Parliament, which could be in April, and this could push South Africa's timeline well into the red. South Africa is expected to turn on digital television using the DVB-T2 standard in just over a year, in anticipation of turning off analog in November 2013. In the meantime, the rest of Africa is overtaking South Africa as industry waits on the minister to provide direction. Simeka Business Group wants to tap into growth opportunities on the African continent within the next 3 to 5 years. The company, which will shortly change its name to Morvest Business Group, increased revenue to 411 million for the 6 months to November, a 10% gain year on year. Headline earnings improved to 23.2 million from 22 million a year ago. In the year to May 2010, the last full year, revenue dropped 8.8% to 685.7 million, and net profit almost halved, going from 57.7 million to 30.3 million. Simeka will focus on consolidating its position in South Africa over the next year, but then over the next 3 to 5 years, it wants to grow its share of revenue from Africa. Currently, its revenue from Africa accounts for only 10% of turnover. And that was this week's Money Minute. Please tune in again, same time, same place, next week. In the meantime, for all the news you need to know in great detail, visit www.itweb.co.za. Have a great weekend.